Hi, friends and family. This is Charlotte Gibbs. Most of you know me in the church world as Lady Gibbs. I'm doing this video. I was wondering, well, should I make myself up, put on the mascara and the wigs? You know how we do. But something told me, say no. Let the people see the real you. And so when God heals you completely, they'll say that's a testimony. Well, I know you're wondering what happened to her. She was doing so good. Well, after the transplant, I was doing excellent, doing good. But 7, 8 months later, I caught this disease, graft versus host. And this disease is when my sister cells begin to fight my cells. It's like a battle. It's like a war. Remember Rebecca? Something like that. And they begin to fight one another. And all this darkness, everywhere you see darkness is over my body, but it looks a whole lot better than it was. Those are my sister's cells trying to, get in my system, right? And so it's like you shake up a Coca-Cola and it exploded. And that's what happened. It exploded over my body. I became blind, couldn't walk, lost all my ability to do for myself. And that was so awful. Especially, how pretty I am, pretty I was, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie. And then looking in the mirror and seeing, what is this? What is this? This is not me. I went into a deep depression. And I thank God that I had saints around me that prayed me through that. But 3 weeks ago, 3, 4 weeks ago, it was on a Sunday, my husband come back from Washington, D.C., and I was sick the whole week. I just didn't tell him because I wanted him to enjoy himself, ministry. That's what God called him to do. I know it's family first, but I'm a fighter. I handle mine. So I wouldn't tell him I was that bad or sick. So on that Sunday, I talked to him every day, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Talked to him early that Sunday evening. Right after that, I think it was about 7 o'clock, maybe 6. The nurse comes in and she gives me some medicine. She gives me an Ambien. She gives me Delalit. She gives me Benadryl IV. And she walks out. And all I can remember, I had a prayer blanket. All I can remember laying down and waking up 3, 4 hours later with tubes in my throat, my nose, heart monitor on me, people, like 20 people in my room. So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong because I couldn't remember. It's like that day wiped out. So the next day, the nurse begins to tell me, she said that when she walked by, she, because I usually be up singing or doing something, she knew I wasn't moving. So she come in and she called my name. And she said, Miss Gibbs? I didn't answer. When she turned me over, she said I was cold blue. I was blue. I was gone. She started CPR on me. Still, there was no results. So she said they put me on, they shocked me with the heart thing to bring me back. And I tell you, y'all, you don't want to get shocked like that. That thing burnt me from my head. It's like I was on fire. From my head to my toe, it was literally burning hot. And then they gave me a shot. She said they gave me one for my heart, and they shocked me with the shocker. And that's when I come back. And when I come back, my heart rate kept dropping down to 2, and then it'd go up to 46. It'd drop back down to 30. It was nervous. It was just awful. And then my blood pressure was like 65. It was like 76 over 65. Then it dropped down to 46 over 25. So I was in a battle for my life. And all I could say was, God, I cannot die here by myself. Not knowing I already had died, but he brought me back. That's why I say he let me live, he let me live, he let me live. And all I could say was, God, I served you too long to die here by myself. And I said, I got to be there for my family. You called me to be there for my family. And I can't leave this earth unless they go with me. This is what I was thinking in my head. And all I could just look up because I couldn't talk. Because they had this stuff all over my mouth, breathing machines. By that time, they had called my husband, told him that they lost me. He went crazy. He lost it. And he was on his way to Atlanta. They called my sisters, my sister Pam, thank God for her. She, by the time they got me stable enough, she called. And I began to talk to her a little bit. She comes to the hospital and she held my hand. She encouraged me to fight. Fight, Charlotte. You done fought this long. And I began to stir up my spirit because my flesh was like, get on out of here. You done suffered for 12 years. Go. But my spirit being, y'all don't know when your spirit being, when your flesh give up, your spirit kicks in. And the spirit begins to talk to me and say, you're not fighting sickness, but you're fighting iniquity. You're fighting the spirit of iniquity and infirmity, which is sin and deals with your spirit. And that's a whole different level. And a lot of us think we're fighting sickness, but it's infirmity. What the enemy was trying to do, he know my flesh was weak, but my spirit was always, Holy Ghost, I'm on it. I'm a fighter. And he was trying to attack my spirit. But he almost won. I ain't gonna lie. But God sent Pam in just in time to say, no, fight. Fight. And by that time, my husband came. And he came and repeated, him and Ella Jordan, came and repeated the same thing. I said, God, why is this constantly happening to me? All I want to do is serve you. And God began to tell me, say, it's not for you, but it's for the world. To let them know I'm still a healer. I'm still a deliverer. I don't care how many mistakes you made. I'm still there if you have the faith to believe. And after I went through that moment, my body has been doing excellent. I get around slow and stuff, and my skin is clearing up. I got so depressed, I was worried about it. I said, it don't even matter no more. I walks out. My husband said, babe, put your hair on. But, I walks out and let the people see. So when they see when God deliver me totally and see my skin clear up, they'll say, oh, whew, God is on her. So I encourage you, listen, no matter what you're going through, the problem is not big. The situation is not big. If you got God on your side, He'll always be there. So I encourage you, don't feel sorry for me, because Lady Gibbs is going to be all right. I'm a fighter. I'm not a survivor. I'm a killer. And the enemy knows that. So whatever you do, don't just survive. Kill everything, every demonic spirit that comes your way. You kill it. Crush it, whatever you got to do, so it won't raise up. So if you want to pray for me, pray for the spirit of infirmity, that I get delivered from that. I love you, and I love y'all to life. I'll get back on Facebook soon, but I'm trying to get my eyes back together. But I love you. And if you want to see me, that's fine. Just don't have a cold when you come to my house. God bless.